Hello and welcome to A Life More Boaty. We are here today at Boot 24 Düsseldorf Boat Show, courtesy of the fantastic team at Azimut Yacht, to have a look at the Azimut Fly 62. Now if we start on this incredible bathing platform, the starters, this section you can see here is high-low, and you've got this truly spectacular beach lounger. Now they call this design, because Azimut like a design, that is for sure, they call this beach cockpit, and the idea is that you get more of a sort of water level beach cockpit with a flybridge boat. Now what's super clever is the fact that, and I'll drop a video in of how this works, so effectively that drops down, the backrest comes up and tucks itself under, so you then get a seat here that faces forward, and underneath here then gives you the ability to obviously put your tender and utilise the high-low platform. But you can see the mechanism underneath there. It's pretty neat. So if we move forward, you can instantly see there is a little nook here. Again, under the protection of the flybridge overhang, to have a little cup of coffee. We're going to go around the deck first, but before we do that, you just have to admire the fantastic stern gear. And this is clever as well. I know what you're thinking, right? If that seat mechanism folds up, what happens to that light? Well, down in there is a PIR sensor that detects whether that light's up or down, and it stops this mechanism running if the light is in the up position. Side gates either side, and again, like a lot of these designs now, you can see there's a cutaway in the bulwark, so your side deck isn't obscuring your visibility through these absolutely ginormous windows. I mean, look at that. That is about, must be close to 2 meters, that piece of glass. 2 steps up takes you to the foredeck, where you have a fairly standard feature of all these beautiful new Azimut flies, the forward lounging area. Now this is quite clever. This beautiful looking hinge mechanism here drops that seat over so it becomes an infill sun lounger. Lovely fold out table there, and just the detailing and the little snack trays. The usual anchor handling gear you'd expect here. Look at that. And again, the size of that one-piece windscreen. Flybridge up there with the hard top. So as I say, the whole of the outside design is by Alberto Mancini, and he's got a really good name for himself now across a number of brands. Crew space in there, which we'll try and have a sneak of that on our way back out. If we go inside first, so this entire interior design is designed by Fabio Fantaloni, and again, the idea with a lot of these new Azimut ranges is to try and bring the feel of it not being a boat so much as being a home on the water, which is why they're much more soft and neutral tones. To start with, on the starboard side here we have this lovely sort of relaxing chilling area, but what's brilliant about that, because if you have a look around, there isn't actually anywhere to dine, but what happens is really clever. So these leaves here, that one pulls out that side, that one pulls out that side, and there's a beautiful infill, and I'll try and find a picture to drop that in, and then that table comes up to dining height, and now you can see the benefit of those bulwarks being a cutaway, because it doesn't obscure your view of the sea. And over on the port side, to service that dinette area, we have the galley. Fridge freezer in there, electric cooking hob, all the usual bits and pieces, double sink in there. And it's quite nice actually, because this area means because it's wooden floor, means you can come in and out with wet feet without marking the carpet. Then if we move forward to the more sort of loungy area, beautiful woodwork. Again, that big hull window, you can see pop-up TV over there. There's a sofa, and another sofa over there. What you can't appreciate on this video, 2 things, is possibly one, the way that lighting put so much light in here without actually being obtrusive. And the other thing is how thick the carpet is. So we move forward to the helm station. You'll see there, lovely set of arras seats. The captain's chair is hydraulically adjustable. Ubiquitous Azimut design wheel, and then your usual bits and pieces for the dash, throttle, joystick controller, proportional bow thruster down there. Great view forward. Even with those cushions up, it's still a pretty decent view forward. Nice big cutaway here, takes you down into the lobby area for the cabins. If we take the stairs all the way down, continue forward, we're going to go to the forward VIP. Sorry if the lights are phasing a bit. Beautiful, plenty of headroom. Again, I'm 1m73, 5'8", hull windows. Oh dear, there, plenty of storage there. More storage behind the bathroom door, and then in here we have very, very stylish sink with the old hidden tap mechanism, and a really decent size self-contained shower, and then, as you would expect, down below, loo. So we then step back into the companionway. So we've just come down those stairs, take a turn to here, and then we have a twin bedded cabin. I'm going to guess, but I could be wrong, that that could be made into a double if you needed it to. Lots and lots of storage above the window, and then a big full height double wardrobe in there. Back to the companionway, one step down takes us to the shared heads, or not the shared heads actually, because the VIP has its own, but sort of day head slash shared with the twin cabin. It's just very stylish, and again these interiors on Azimut are absolutely beautiful. There you go. So we come out of there, we then take one step, in fact 3 steps down, drops us into the midships master. Again, beautifully offset double berth. Lighting underneath makes it float. Now if I then come in and turn myself around, I've got a beautiful sideboard unit over there. And again, the way that they've not moulded everything in, it makes it more feel like a home vibe rather than a modular boat. Lovely hull window, little place to sit and chill in the morning. Wardrobe space over there, and then you have the master ensuite heads in here, window, big mirror, beautiful moulding for the vanity unit, and again another full-size self-contained rainwater shower. But what's clever, because they've put the bed on the side, the whole of this bulkhead across the back is effectively shielding the owner's cabin from the engines and the mechanics. So if the boat's running and you're in here, yes, obviously you're going to hear some noise. Oh, washer dryer. But what you won't hear is lots and lots of noise, because you've got that sort of air gap. So if we then go and have a quick peek on the flybridge, and I was talking to the press lady earlier, and she was saying that the way that Alberto Mancini's managed to get so much space on the boat is on the back of the boat, sorry, is by moving all of that cabin, all that deck space and cabin superstructure further forward. And the flybridge is very much designed into sort of modular sections. So on the back here we have very much a sort of sunset cocktail mode where you can sit, look out over the back of the boat, and again utilising those glass balustrades so there's nothing impeding the view. I'm guessing there's an option to drop in a bimini over here if you want to. Over on the port side we then have a cooking dining area. You can imagine obviously there's fridge, ice makers down there. I think if I remember rightly that is a grill. There's a sink and an ice chest over there. Now if we run forward, big storage bin under there for your covers, which is always useful. Nice sort of lounging area to keep the skipper happy or company while he's going along. Another seat there, and you can see obviously the hardtop we looked at from the bow, you can now see has this rather large opening aperture, so effectively it can be completely open or completely closed. And then just down here we have a rather lovely dining area which is naturally fed from that barbecue hob area. So if we drop back down below, and we'll go and see if we can get a peek in the engine bay. For those of you who don't want to see the engine bay, I will say thank you very much to Azimut for letting us have a look around. Now, the first thing that hits you when you come into the engine bay are two Seakeeper 6s, which is going to make this an incredibly stable yacht. Engine option wise, this variant is running the standard IPS 1200 engines, that's 900 horsepower each, 25 knot cruise and a 30 knot max speed. You can upgrade to the slightly larger IPS 1350s, so that's 1000 horsepower per side and a couple of extra knots performance. Just in front of the engines down here, you can see the water separators, battery for the generator, water strainers there, fire suppression system, and right at the back of the engines you can see the jack shaft leading to the IPS drive. So I'd like to say thank you very much for Azimut Yachts for letting us have a look around this beautiful 62 fly at the Düsseldorf Boat Show. I'd also like to ask you to like and subscribe as we travel around the world to shoot these videos for you to watch at home. Thank you very much. Remember, please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next time round.